Hello, everyone. Good evening. So, Um, this is a response to one of the Hive Learners prompts that talk about financial literacy, and then it asked us at what age do we think children should be taught financial literacy. So I shared my experience. I talked about, oh, thank you, Kitty girl. I got it from Unsplash though. Okay, so I talked about my experience growing up as a child and how the way my parents groomed me helped me when I was in uni, and I wasn't overwhelmed with the whole peer pressure of living according to trend and just and stuff like that. So I'm not going to be giving too much spoilers as usual. If you want to know everything that the post is all about, my opinions too, kindly read it. Thank you. I was looking at the rainbow like um when I got to uni and I kind of like started seeing how everything played out. And what I thought was punishment when I was little became like the rainbow after the rain. Yeah, it does. It
Okay, so again, this is ShadowsPub. This is one of her daily echoes. And interestingly enough, the word is ladybird. And I never expect you to use it the way that you do. But this one's really true. I mean, it basically tells us that, things don't need to be a huge leap of faith or a huge action to make your life better. It only needs to be meaningful. So just something really small that you do every day, I think maybe persistence or consistency can actually make a big change in your life. Pretty neat. Only on King of the Hill when he was calling his dog. But I love the image. I see it.
Okay, hello everyone. This is a post I made earlier today. It was something that I experienced yesterday, and I just felt inspired by it. So I wrote a post about failure. The frame says, "We must lose our fear of being wrong. Many people fear to fail. So because of that, they do not want to try something new, and they limit themselves. But I shared my experience, how I failed, and what it did to me. So you can just check out the post and see that failure is actually not for defeat, it is for redirection. So check it out. Thank you.
Right. Fair enough. But no, I'm not here for the sharing. I'm just to gather information to see where people are standing these days here. Yeah, sure.
And it's also perfectly fine to share someone else's post. In fact, you're about to see me do that, not sharing one of my own. And back to Amy's pic for a minute. In the upper left hand corner of Amy's picture, there's a little pair of embroidery scissors that are shaped like a crane. You can't see the long bill, it's off the picture, it got cut off, but I have a pair of scissors exactly like those. Okay, this is a post to make everybody hungry because it's not Pimp Your Post Thursday unless we've had at least one food post or a gardening post. um, or both, yes. So this is a recipe that someone did for cheesecake, which I thought was a delicious sounding recipe. And it comes from one of her best friend's, Grandma Annie, and she tells the story of Grandma Annie in the post, which is rather sad. But it's really cool that she gave us some background on the person from whom the recipe comes. So I thought that was a great touch. And the recipe itself sounds really good. And she mentioned not having graham crackers for making the graham cracker crust because they're too expensive in her part of the world. And that reminds me of a time when I had a recipe that called for vanilla wafers. And I used ginger snaps instead because that's what I had on hand. And I think it's even better with the ginger snaps than it would have been with the vanilla wafers. So if you've got any other cookie, like she's using a cinnamon cookie, um, but ginger snaps would be good. You know, you can easily make a crust with a little bit of butter and some cookies crushed like that in there. But yeah, anyone who likes cheesecake might want to give this a try. I did too. And what really caught my attention in this recipe was she uses a little bit of sour cream, which I thought was, ooh, now that's a good thought. So yeah, I'm anxious to try this.
That's how I make my key lime cheesecake. My grandson's addicted to it. He asks for it every birthday.
I've actually seen cheesecakes too where they cook the strawberries down into a kind of a compote with a little bit of liquidy, thick gel like juice berry, and you put that on and use a knife to kind of cut and swirl it into the cheesecake so that it's not all the way through, but you've got little ribbons of strawberry all through the cheesecake here and there, and it's so pretty.
Thank you, Kitty. Now I really want cheesecake.
It already is over here, but sorry, Holland, Netherlands. Sounds like promising.
Does he give you does he give you a discount and not charge you? Oh, that's really sweet of them.
Okay, well, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, sorry, I'm in a very noisy place and I was trying to get away from all the noise. Okay, so this post talked about my little knowledge on the evolution of vaccines. So I have a sore throat, so just bear with me. It talks about the evolution of vaccines and how um, in this part of the world, which is countries like Nigeria, vaccines have been abused in a way, and we don't really believe in some kind of vaccines. For example, the COVID-19 vaccine, we see it as a lot of people have different ideologies about it. Personally, I haven't even taken that vaccine because of all the controversy surrounding it. So this was just a little bit of my knowledge on vaccines over here in this part of the world. Even though it's good, I believe it's good, but I also think that there are some vaccines that I should stay away from because of the controversy surrounding them. So you can just read it and no more. Thank you.
Okay, so this is a post by Shani Beer, And she recently went to Paris. And this was some of her experiences while she was in Paris. The first time I read through, I thought, what? Did she drink a lot while she was over there? But then I figured out she was just giving us bits and pieces of certain experiences that she had. Well, I didn't realize that the first section she was talking about an experience where she was looking up someone that she'd enjoyed spending time with in the past and found out that he had passed away. And then there's a separator and it goes down to the old chap shifted to boogie woogie. And I'm like, what? I didn't realize she was going into another thought process. But all in all, or- sorry, go ahead. Yeah. But all in all, she had a good time.
Life is fickle because in a minute it can disappear. So that is why life is fickle. So I read about this post. It happened last week as well. I was on my way to school and I met an accident scene, and I also witnessed one of the passenger of the bus who died instantly because he bled to death. And then I thought about it, like most times we just leave our homes and we are hoping that we'll come back to meet our families. We don't know what's in store for us. So why don't we just stay grateful for that blessing of going out safely and coming back home safely? Why can't we just take the time that we are alive to do the things we love to do than procrastinating and not trying to live life to the fullest? It's actually a very thoughtful post. You can go check it out if you wish. Thank you very much. Bye.
Well, the cinematography, it was filmed in Iceland, so it was just beautiful. Oh, that was quick. The fiber artist in me could not move on past this post. This person made a really cool hot pad or whatever you want to call them. You could even call it a little doily. I guess you could use it on a side table, but she made it out of macrame cord and she shows you the process of how to do it. So if you understand microwave macrame, this is a great little pattern and you could do it probably in an afternoon. Yeah. I know, weird, right?
I like the fringe too. It really makes I said I really like the fringe. It really makes the piece.
It does, doesn't it? Well, it's a nice shot. I love the contrast. It's hard to tell, but I think it's a she. But the way that she showed her process was so awesome because you could follow this and make your own.
Yeah, I've never actually been in an area where volcanic ash was in the air like that, but I have heard it's brutal for people with asthma.
Speaking of asthma, I heard something today. It was an experience by my friend when her daughter was very little, under a year. They thought she had, this specialist thought she had asthma, but my friend wasn't feeling it. So she went back to her doctor and said, "We need a second opinion," and went to an older respirologist, I guess they're called, respirologist. And this gentleman was teaching a young medical student. And I guess the doctor said, "You're not listening. Don't listen to the intake, listen to when she breathes out." I never knew that in little kids, when your vocal cords are too long, it can actually mimic the symptoms of asthma. And so this older doctor says, "Oh, her vocal cords are too long. It's okay. She just has to grow into them." And she did. As she grew, the problems, pardon? That's what I was, yeah.
That is really fascinating. And my brother was that way. He was diagnosed with asthma when he was a child, but he doesn't have it after he became an adult. And we just had no explanation except he grew out of it somehow. He must have literally grown out of it. Oh my gosh.
Never heard of that either. And I thought, yeah, because I knew people like your brother. Oh, that explains a lot.
See, that's the beauty. Pimp Your Post Thursday can teach you so much. I mean, it's a great way to have fun and it's a great way to meet people and make friends. But oh my gosh, the things we learn here, it's wonderful.
And there's always food.
Okay.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that you're putting the
Congratulations.
prizes up every week.
Okay, so this is a post by Abenad that I find quite I don't even know the word to use, but she talked about our economy and their new president and how good he has been performing. So after reading the post, I now asked her a simple question, and before she would now come and ask me back another annoying question, I decided to go and find out myself. And I asked her what policy the president used to offset some of the economic burden. So I kind of like I checked it myself because I've always had a theory that in Africa we tend to be using the wrong policies for our economic problems. Basically, we try to imitate the Western world, forgetting that we do not operate on the same economic level. So when I went to research on what's happening in Ghana, it happens that what I was saying or what I thought was actually correct, and it was something I discussed with my mom, and something I'm sharing with you guys now. So if you want to know what that is, you could read the post and also go find out for yourself. Yeah, exactly. Like you guys started from the bottom and you built to the top, but we are starting from the top. So that's basically our problem. We're just copying wrongly, and not going back to history to see how the whole thing actually started. Hopefully, it gets better. Oh wow, okay. I think I should go and look up his portfolio. Oh wow, that means it must really be good then. It must really be good.
Unless he bought them on the internet.
But I thought they said he was battling a bankruptcy one time. I read somewhere that he was battling bankruptcy. That was before he became the president, though. I don't know how accurate that news was or is.
Oh, the American president?
Yeah, Trump.
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
speaking of
wow,
Trump,
okay.
sorry, bipolar. You can now go online and take Harvard courses for free.
Oh,
All of them.
really? Is it legit?
Yes. I thought I'd put that out there. Take advantage of
Payback.
it while you can. Yes. Well,
Is this something we can do from Africa, from Nigeria to be precise?
yes. Oh,
Okay, I'm going to check that.
I know. I should have double checked. I wonder if you have to be an American citizen to get the free courses, but it'll tell
Uh,
you on the site.
Plus, okay. Yeah, I will.
James, James, you're Canadian, are you? Oh, who am I thinking of? Okay.
I suddenly see a lot of people updating their profile to studied at Harvard. Well,
It
I'm
would be
just
true.
guessing that's going to happen. Well, people that have attended Pimp Your Post Thursday for a long time probably remember that Sarge was in here one week and he shared a bookmarklet with all of us where we could quickly and easily change from any Hive front end to our preferred front end. And I thought that was so cool. And I actually took that bookmarklet he gave us and I put it in my browser and then I duplicated it twice and changed it a little bit so that I could quickly go between hive.blog, ecency, and peakd with just a quick click of a button. But it was all in three separate bookmarklets up on my bookmarks bar. Well, dbooster asked for something similar a while back, and I gave it to him. And he was inspired to improve upon it. And he's created one bookmarklet that you can put in your browser. And when you click on it while you're on the post, on a page that has the Hive post on it, it will quickly pop up a little thing and ask you, if you're on ecency, you want to switch to peakd or hive.blog. If you're on hive.blog, it will say, do you want to go to ecency or peakd? And you can very quickly and easily jump between front ends. And this is going to be very helpful for a lot of people. There's some people that prefer one front end to the other. And there's some people that they create something funky in their post, like a certain formatting thing, put in a table, whatever, and they want to know how it looks on the other front ends. So this will be a quick and easy way to jump around between the front ends, when you're setting up a post. And for
Honestly,
people that prefer ecency or people that prefer peakd or hive.blog, you can click on any post shared in Pimp Your Post Thursday, let it open in your browser, and click the button to go to your preferred front end. So I think this is going to be a very handy tool, and I'm planning to send dbooster a tip for putting this out there for us for free. I thought it was wonderful.
honestly, I've never been bothered about how it would look on another um, Big D or Hive block if I made it in Essency. Never thought about the change.
Yeah, I've actually looked at some of my posts in all three front ends, and it's shocking how different it looks in some places. And so I have tweaked the way that I format things so that it will look a little bit better in all three front ends.
I thought I thought that problem was way behind us, like with the first Internet Explorer kind of time. Eeks. Okay, then it's my
Well,
mistake.
and the funny thing too is there are some browsers that are built on the same WebKit, like the Chromium WebKit was developed for Chrome browser, but they put it out there so other people could use it. And Opera, which is my favorite browser, and Brave, and Vivaldi, and Edge, and two or three others have used that basic WebKit to build browsers from. And things look different in those browsers. Like a page might look different in Opera than it does in Edge. Even though they're both built on the Chromium WebKit, it just depends on how they configure the code. It's funky and weird.
Yeah, still no standard in that world. Damn. Yeah, I know. I miss Netscape. Yep.
Oh, I remember Netscape. Yes, from the olden days. Well, that is one of the really good things, though, about Hive is we have developers who are very careful. They know that people use different devices, and like Peak D has very, very carefully coded their app so that it looks just as good on a desktop computer as it does on a mobile phone. And then, of course, Ecency has done a fantastic job of first creating an app for the phone. It used to be mobile only. I remember when there was no ecency.com website. You had, if you wanted the experience, you had to download the app. But now they've got the ecency.com website, and it's just a smooth and easy to switch between devices there. So my hat's off to these developers, Good Karma and Asgarth and all these people for keeping our experiences, compatible no matter what device we're on. I think it's wonderful.
I believe I already curated that one.
Any time of year. I love
Um, well, no, not really doing voice. It's just yeah, I've been quite busy, so I've not really had the strength to um nice profile. What do you mean by profile? I'm sorry. I've not had the opportunity to talk. So okay, let me just use voice and explain this. Yeah, this is my fourth book read in the series, and I've been in a bit of a reading lull before I started this series. Like it's been quite hard to read, and in it's over a month. I've almost finished it. Oh, thank you. I made the picture like a raw picture by myself. So it's the fourth series of the book. Like it's the fourth book in the series. So I don't really want to give anything away more than I have. But you should just go check it out. It's a wonderful series, Lockwood and Co. by Jonathan Strode. Yeah, that literally is.
yes on Tuesday. Oh, we're having the World Building Expo on Go Brunch. It's going to be really great. Probably 70 plus booths. It's a virtual Comic Con. Well, it's not comics, but it's like a Comic Con. You go to one place and everybody has booths set up, and you can go around and see how everyone is using this amazing platform. There's my fiber arts community. There's well, you don't want to miss Claudio's booth because he is a genius, and you can go and enjoy some storytelling. There's people there who have, oh my gosh, I can't even think of all the different ones. Shadows, you wanted, Yeah, there's Hermes got a theater called the Folklore Theater. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And I should find the Luma link for that. Well, you scared the heck out of me, to be honest, because I'm like, what? What do you mean this coming Tuesday? What are you talking about? Okay. Oh, there's